Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk to you about the camera that I've been using for the last year out and about on my YouTube channels. It's the Canon EOS 4000D. This is the Canon camera that I've been using, doing all my YouTube channels, all my shoots, all throughout the year. As you can see in all my channels, all my videos. You can go back and look, they're all been taken on this. I've actually upgraded this camera now, which again I will talk to you in a different video about that one. But what I want to actually do at the moment, I want to talk to you why I brought this camera, what all this camera is about, and then I want to then go out in the field and do a separate video on me taking 3 photos on this camera, so you can actually see how I go about doing all that sort of thing. Okay, this camera is an 18 megapixel camera. It's a crop sensor, it has a crop sensor in it. It has 9 different focal points, which I will show you that out in the field about that. It does HD movies, it doesn't do 4K. And it has a 2.7 inch touchscreen on the back of the camera. It's not touchable. You can't do anything. You have to go through all the menus to get whatever you want up. It also comes with all different. Let me just focus that in. I'll just focus that in for you. As you can see, it has like sports mode, macro mode. It has all the presets for you, especially if you're a beginner. It also has the manual, AV, shutter speed as well, so it's all got there what you naturally need to start out on your photography. These cameras actually are a pre-entry level DSLR. They do have interchangeable lenses, as you can see. I have quite a few different lenses that fit this camera. But the lens I've got on here at the moment, this is a kit lens that come actually with the camera. It's a 18 to 55, and to be quite honest, it is pretty pants, this lens, to be quite honest. And to get any half decent images, you need to have the whole camera on a tripod totally still, because it has no image stabilizing actually in the lens, so any camera might shake or any camera movement, you can actually see that in your final photo. Also as well, these cameras are pretty cheap to buy, to be quite honest. You can pick up a second-hand one of these with the kit lens for around about, I'd say £200, £250, around that price range, second-hand and a good quality one. To buy them brand new, I think Amazon's selling for about £350 with the same kit lens on as well. But like myself, if you're out wanting to learn photography, I think this was a good purchase for me, because I had no idea on how a camera works. I mean, the image quality out of this camera, I mean, I can't fault it at all. You know, I've made loads of mistakes in the past, using this camera, using the wrong setups, using the wrong settings. You know, your photos come out blurry, or they come out overexposed, underexposed. You know, it takes a while. Once you learn the manual mode on this, with any camera, then you know you can come out with some half decent pictures. And to be quite honest, I have taken some really nice photos with this camera. What I'm going to do, I'm going to just show you a couple now, and so to look at, you know, just a selection of what photos I've taken throughout the year for you to look at from this camera. And then once you've done that, I'll come back to you. Also as well, this camera is, I think it's a pretty sturdy camera, to be quite honest. I've dropped it. I mean, I was in Cornwall about 18 months ago, and I was walking down the causeway, walking towards St Michael's Mount, which you would have seen a photo which I took with this camera, I think actually with this lens on, in St Michael's Mount. I would show you that one. But I actually dropped this thinking I had it attached to my wrist, and it bounced along the causeway, and I thought, oh my god, I just wrecked my camera. But no, I didn't even, it's fine, it worked fine after that, you know, no problem at all. So it's a little sturdy little camera. It is a very light camera. Right, so what I'm going to do now, I'm actually going to grab all my gear and then sort out a few bits and pieces what I actually need, and then I'm going to go out in the field, and then I will catch you when I'm out there. So I'll see you in about 3 seconds. Hi guys, welcome back to the next part of this video. What I'm doing, I'm out in the field now. Like I just said before I was coming out, I want to take 3 photos with the Canon 4000D. As I was already spoken about, it's the first camera I brought. So I'm out and about at the moment. Like I said, I want to take 3 photos, a landscape sort of picture of a massive scene, and an object. I don't know, it could be just a tree or a building if I come across one. And as well, I want to do a macro shot as well, and talk you through the settings of the camera and how I go about like the review of the camera, and how I go about and do the settings of these photos I want to take. So hope you can hear me. It's a little bit windy. I have got a muff thing on the top of my camera, because I noticed on the last video I'd done it was really windy, and it was very difficult for people to hear. So I've gone out and brought one of these muff things, so hopefully that helps. So anyway, right, I'm going to walk around, see what photo I can find first, and once I do it all set up, I will talk you through what I'm actually trying to achieve, and I'll go through the settings of the camera. So once I've done that, I'll get back to you. Okay, I've got my first composition set up. I'm not really worried too much about the composition. I just really wanted to show you the settings of the camera to get like a landscape sort of photography. I'm trying to take a picture of these trees with this path running here that's running down to it. So I really just want to go through the settings of the Canon 4000D on how I take this picture with this camera. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn it on. I've already got it set up, and I will go through the settings with you, and then I will actually show you the settings on the back of the camera. Then you can actually see what I'm trying to do and how the camera is all set up. As you can see, we're on f11 ISO 100, and it's giving me a shutter speed of 1/3 of a second. It's giving me the correct exposure. So I'm going to take these pictures. I'm on a 2-second timer. As you can see, that's the shot I was trying to achieve. Again, I'm not too worried about the composition. I just wanted to show you the back of the camera and the settings. As you can see here, you've got your shutter speed, your F number, ISO, and your exposure here, which then if you click on it, it should give me the correct exposure, as you can see. And I'm taking a raw image with a 2-second timer. I'm going to carry on taking a few more of these. The camera's auto-focusing around about the middle. I can show you that as well. As you can see how you set up the focus, and that's where it's actually focusing, and then when it's happy it will actually take the picture. As you can see, it's focusing in and off it goes. And also you have the focal points. There you go, these are the focal points. I can change the focal points. There's 9 focal points on this camera, so there you go. So that's the focal point. That's where I've got it on this camera, and that's how I got it set up. So what I do, once I've processed these images, and I'll show you what they look like. If they're any good, I'll show you what they look like. Right, it's a bit of a funny story really. When I first got my camera, the Canon 4000D, I really didn't know the proper settings or what to do. I really wanted to come out of the presets and learn aperture priority, shutter speed. So I put my camera in aperture priority. I think I left my ISO around about 200, let that set at that all the time. And then I went out to one of my local parks and I thought I'd take some pictures. The light was pretty dull. Anyway, it was really overcast. I think it was about the autumn time as well, and I really didn't know anything about camera settings. And I'll go out and I'll be taking pictures, and the camera would set a slow shutter speed. At the time I didn't know what it was doing, so I actually thought the camera was broken, because it was like going clunk clunk, and then of course your hand held, and then your pictures were blurry, and I actually thought the camera was broken, but it wasn't. It was just me being an absolute nonce and not knowing anything at all about camera settings. But I've learned a lot with my Canon D90, sorry, my Canon 4000D. I've learned a lot with that. So what I'm going to do is try and find the next picture. So once I do, again, I'll set up and I will get back to you. Right, I'll set up the next shot. As you can see, I've got two trees coming up here, and with a little bit of moss on the ground. And behind that, you can't really see it from this angle, but there's a tree in the middle of that. I'm trying to get the bottom of the tree because it's all mossy and all green. This is my handheld shot. Well, I'm going to show you this on the 4000D. I've got the ISO set at auto. I've got my aperture priority that's set at f8, and the shutter speed will actually be sorted out for me, because I want a quick shutter speed on this, because I'm not very good at, as a lot of people, not very good handheld, and you can end up with blurry pictures. Again, I'm going to take this picture. I want to do, and if it comes out alright, well, you'll see it anyway, because I'm not really worried about the composition on this, but hopefully it comes out not too bad, and then you can see what the quality is like when you handheld these handheld out. Just quickly before I show you this picture, I've actually changed the focus on the bottom of the focus, because I really want the bottom part of this image more in focus, and then it blurs out as it goes on. So like I said, hopefully this picture comes out right, and if it does, again, like I said, you can see it now. Right, I've lined up my last shot. It's a little bit of a macro shot, or a close-up shot. It's not. I've got the lens actually zoomed right out at 250mm. What I'm trying to do, let me just show you down, is take a picture of this little new bud coming through an old leaf. I don't know how that's going to come out, but hopefully it come out alright. So let's go back to the camera settings again, how I'm going to take this picture. So I'm zoomed in as much as I can. You don't want to get too close with these long lenses, otherwise you're not going to be able to get it in focus. The camera settings, I'll just get that up at the moment, is, I'll show you. Right, as you can see, I'm back on f11, ISO 100. It's giving me a shutter speed of 1/8 of a second. I'm in manual mode. I'm going to carry on taking a few of these pictures. You'll see it come up in a minute, the close-up of this picture I've just taken. I've reset the focus point smack in the middle on this photo. The 2-second timer is back on again, so I don't get no camera shake. I'm going to carry on taking a few more of these pictures, and once I've got them in the, let's turn you around. Okay, so once I've got that in, I've processed it and I've looked at it, and hopefully it'll be all right. You'll get to see that picture now. Anyway, my thoughts on the Canon 4000D. For me, it's been an absolute wonderful camera. It's I've loved it. I've had it for a whole year now, out in the field. Like I said just before, doing my YouTube channels, been taking this camera out with me, and I've learned so much from this camera. So would I recommend buying a camera, a real entry-level DSLR? Yes, if you're a total beginner, then yes, I would recommend buying it, because it will teach you so much. Using manual mode, get in there, muck around with it, try and get some exposures, muck around with long exposures with it, because yeah, it's been an absolute wonderful camera. I am upgrading, so the next time I'll be out and about, I will be upgrading with my new camera, which I'll tell you more about that then. I have ordered it, so I'm just waiting for it to come in. So I've been told it'd be about a week before I can go and pick it up, so I'm quite looking forward to that. But yeah, again, get to the back to the 4000D. I would highly recommend it if you're an absolute novelist and you have got no Scooby on how to use a camera. Then yeah, go and get it. Honestly, it's a good camera to learn anyway, and it takes half decent pictures. So anyway, that's me done for today. It's getting a bit cold, it's getting a bit overcast. That's why a lot of these exposures have been quite long, because it's the shutter speed's been quite long because of how dull it is. So what I'm doing, I'm going to wrap it up from there. I'm going to say goodbye. Hope you enjoyed this video, hope you enjoyed this review. So give me the thumbs up, please like, please subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next video. Take care, bye bye.